All right. Hello, High Hope family. You have got Nick Reynolds and Jessica Cummins here. And we are embarking on a really interesting project. Um, so, full disclosure, I like sound in the background when I am working. And so I have Channel 2 on all day long. And what happens now is that I hit all the morning shows. And for some reason, I was particularly inspired by Live with Kelly and Ryan to try and do something similar to that for our community. And this is not going to be perfect. We are by no means experts with the technology or developing content or whatever, but we're going to do our best, and we're going to try and bring it to you every morning on Tuesday. And so we are calling this Jess and Nick in the morning. Exclamation point, because it's so exciting. Yeah, so just roll with us. I mean, again, this has been after a couple of weeks of watching Live with Kelly and Ryan and The View day after day, and we thought, we got to do something. So without further ado, actually, before I go into that, I full confession, we don't have the technical capability to really pull this off live, so we are filming it a day earlier in the afternoon, but we're still going to call it Jess and Nick in the morning. The reason I wanted to mention that is that the first time we're trying this out is kind of a fun holiday. Jess, do you know the holiday?
Yeah, it's May the 4th be with you, which is crazy because I have never seen Star Wars. So I'm very proud of myself that I pointed that out to you, that today was May 4th.
Never once.
No.
Well, we're going to correct this very soon. This is going to be written into your job description when we get back.
Watch all the Star Wars.
You've completely upset my plan for celebrating this holiday. So the first thing I want to do is do a shout out to the 501st, the Georgia Garrison. High Hope has been blessed to have the 501st Georgia Garrison attend some of our events in the past, dressed up in full costume, and really helped celebrate what we're all about. We've had some really good donors and supporters from the 501st. So just want to give a shout out to you guys. I know it's your day, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. The other thing that I wanted to do, because I grew up with Star Wars being like the coolest thing, right? Is share some kind of funny Star Wars trivia. So, and I'm using like scratch paper to remember stuff. So just we're gonna roll with it. And I'm not going to go in any particular order, but here we go. So first of all, Yoda was originally going to be a real monkey dressed up like Yoda. And they found it to be so difficult to deal with the monkey that they scrapped that idea.
How did Baby Yoda start? Because he is so cute, and I love all those little memes with him.
No, it's this new thing. I have no clue, but it's like a big thing now.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I just want you to get a mental picture of like an actual chimp running around the Star Wars set. I'm fascinated. All right. Next, Yoda's original name in the really early writing stages was going to be Buffy, as in the Vampire Slayer. So just take that in.
Yoda's better.
Yoda, Buffy. I think that's so awesome. All right, let's see here. Okay, I thought this was really cool. So Chewbacca's voice, you know, that early yell, is actually a soundboard mix of a badger, lion, seals, and a walrus from Long Beach.
That sounds right.
Which, when you think about it, you're like, yeah, that's
that fits.
Yeah. And the final one, which I thought was hilarious, is that in the original draft of the screenplay, R2-D2 actually spoke English and was kind of a jerk. He was like kind of a snide butler. So, you know, we love our beep boop boop beep boop.
Yeah.
So we lucked out because they almost had like a mean butler as R2D2. So anyway, this is just happy May the 4th to everyone who's a big fan. I certainly am. Grew up just thinking Darth Vader was the coolest guy ever, which is funny because he's part of the dark side, but whatever. So anyway.
Well, I will say, for never seeing Star Wars, the first time I ever saw the 501 first was at Good to Give, and it was so cool.
I know, right?
I really appreciated it. They added like so much flair to the event, and it was just cool to see them all there. So that was my first interaction with them.
And they put so much into those costumes. Yes. I mean, they're seamless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Absolutely love it.
Yes.
So you completely throw me for a loop because I was going to ask you about your favorite Star Wars character. Could you answer it based off of like memes or something?
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda, favorite Star Wars character. Love it.
I don't know.
All right, so moving right along, I wanted to know kind of like what's been going on with you, Jess. Your base. Tell folks about the basement lady thing.
Yes, so I have recently become a basement lady. Me and my husband bought a house in January, and it's a fixer-upper, and so he's just been putting me to work, and every day I just go down into the basement and paint or demo, or I mean, every day it's a new project. The stairs, I'm just always down there. So I've like joked saying that I'm the crazy basement lady because that is where I've been spending like 90% of my time. And I think it's getting to me a little bit.
Yeah, no, we're ready to come back to work. Desperately ready. And so the other thing that I want you to share, because you told me this the other day, what's the food that you have just descended into? Because it's not what I would have guessed.
No, it's chocolate chips, which I've never like had chocolate
just
chips
a bag?
in the house. Yeah, like I have a bag of white chocolate chips and then a bag of normal chocolate chips, and it's just like perfect. You just put a few in your hand, and I don't know. I've never had chocolate chips in the house though, but they're my new thing.
All right. And so, do you have any funny stories of like what life's been like? Or has all of life been a comedy?
Yeah, it really has been. I feel like my new habits have like gotten really weird. Like no day is the same, but like no makeup, no hair. Like this is like the first day in forever, and like I forgot how to do it.
And we were, full disclosure, we were practicing for this. We were discussing our attempt at this earlier today. It was like, what kind of lighting do we need? And
absolutely.
Makeup.
Absolutely. And I'm like, wow, talking to people, I just don't know how to do that anymore.
All right, so I gotta share this one because it was over this last weekend, and my wife and I went up to my brother and sister-in-law's house to hang out because they have 2 kids.
Yeah.
And we're like the fun uncle and fun aunt, and practicing social distancing.
Right.
They put out like a kiddie pool, and it was gonna be great. And then at one point, because I like totally forgot the situation, I happened to pat my nephew, who's 4 years old, on his head, and he was like, "Mom, Dad, he did not sanitize my head." I mean, it was like full activation, and I thought, oh my God, this kid is amazing. Like, responded faster than anyone. It was incredible.
Was it Colton?
It was Colton, yeah. So it had me rolling. Adorable kid.
Yeah.
But every time I came close, he was like, Uncle Nick.
But he doesn't call you Uncle Nick. What does he call you?
No, he calls me Uncle Zed. And there's a whole long story behind that, which we'll save for another episode of this for however long it lasts. But yes, no Uncle Zed. Stay away. All right, so you have a video that you sent me, and I'm ready to share it. But why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're about to see?
Okay, so have you ever been to Biddy and Bo's?
I've not, no.
So Biddy and Bo's is a coffee shop that employs adults that have intellectual and developmental disabilities. It's super cool. I've been to the location in Savannah, and it's just really trendy when you go in. Everyone's really sweet. The coffee was absolutely amazing, and they just have an awesome, mission. And the White House invited small businesses to come speak, and they had one of their employees go up and do a little thank you. So that is what this video is, and it just really warmed my heart.
Cool, let's check it out. Got it?
So to you, President Trump and Ivanka, thanks a lot for inviting us. Thank you, Mr. President, for having us. I love my job, and I am excited about going back to work. At Biddy and Bo's, we like to use the phrase called "not broken." That means me and all my amazing coworkers are not broken, and we have lots to offer. I know the great country of the United States isn't broken either. So on behalf of myself, Megan, and Amy, and all the employees of Biddy and Bo's, thank you for inviting us over.
Thank you very much, Michael.
You guys are our family. Love you guys. So to you.
Oh, yes.
He did great. Michael crushed it.
That was great.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. When you sent that over earlier, it was like, yeah, I don't know that if I would have been up on that stage, I would have been quite so eloquent. There would have been a lot of stuttering.
Absolutely. And he was so clear, just so poised. And
I'm barely getting through this, so yeah. No.
I know. I have a fear of public. So yeah, Michael did great, and I'm just floored.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny that you and I decided to do this because you have a fear of public speaking, and I'm like a chronic introvert, and we're like, we're putting ourselves out there. So
I mean, we're growing through this quarantine.
Yeah, I know. It's life changing. I'm gonna come out and be like positive and bubbly, and people are gonna, no. So we got something coming up next week, Kendra Scott.
Yes, this week.
So while I text our special guest to let her know that she can come on, why don't you tell folks about this Kendra Scott thing?
Yes. So I don't know if y'all know about Kendra Scott, but it is a jewelry brand that is just awesome. I have tons of Kendra Scott pieces, and they reached out and wondered if they could host a fundraising event for us, a virtual fundraising event. And absolutely, I was on board. I was so excited. So this Thursday and Friday, they're going to be donating 20% of the sales back to High Hope, which is really cool. We'll be posting the give back code for you to put in while you're shopping. You'll put it in where the coupon code goes, and 20% will be given back to our organization.
And additionally, they were going to be very involved in our now postponed event Possibilities.
Yeah.
They were going to support us with some donations there. So
absolutely, I'm still eyeing that basket. It's an awesome,
there's
awesome basket.
And I had to basically force Jessica not to steal it because I know nothing about this Kendra Scott thing, but apparently it's
I've told the whole office like how great Kendra Scott is. I am a huge supporter of their brand. And how cool that they reached out to us. Like, hey, can we do a virtual event for you? Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been really incredible. So we're waiting for our guest to come on. Hopefully she got her text. But in the meantime, I wanted to very briefly mention the stuff that we have going on programmatically. Oh, and here she is.
Oh, is she on?
Say that.
Susan.
So most of you know who this is. This is our CEO, Susan Bowen-Butts, and we wanted to make her our first guest because she's our boss, and Susan is here today to bring some levity to the situation, but also to inform you guys. So Susan, before we get into the serious stuff, where are you? What is life like for you right now? What's going on? You have to love it when technology.
I know. It wouldn't be a show without it, you know?
All right, so while we're trying to figure this out, what I'm going to share is, again, what we have going on. So on this Wednesday at 11 and Fridays at 11, we have some programmatic stuff going on. So check your emails because Kendall and Calandra are doing some classes, and we would love to have you guys tune in. The other thing, if you're a staff member, you can tune in on Thursdays at I feel like Susan's unmuted.
Yeah, you had her muted. There we go.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We got past our first technical difficulty. Let me just finish up. On Thursdays, we're having staff call in to a remote happy hour. We just want to see your smiling faces. It's a lot of fun. So please check that out as well. All right, Susan, where are you? What's been going on? What's life like?
Well, I'm in our bonus room, which is my office for the last however many weeks, I guess. So not too exciting up here. All sorts of, it looks sort of like an attic because it's just a big junky space where nobody comes, but it's where I'm doing my work right now. So anyway.
I'm in my bedroom, so that's cool.
Well, all right. Okay, so my husband is in the other end of the house. His home office is downstairs and all the way at the other end of the house, so we don't disturb each other. So anyway, that's what's going on here.
All right. So what's your day? I mean, I know that it varies because there's a lot going on right now. Even though we're remote, there's a lot going on. But
yeah,
what's kind of your day-to-day like?
What's my day-to-day like? Is that what you said, Nick? Yeah. Oh. Am I gonna have to tell all my secrets?
Sure.
I'm gonna have to tell my secrets. So let's see. What is my day like? So I get up. One of my new things for quarantine is that I've been working really hard at getting on the treadmill every day.
Wow.
So I've been doing that in the morning, and I actually do that in my office because that's where the treadmill is. And so I have a big screen up here, and so I can watch a Netflix show while I'm doing my walking.
Yeah, what are you Netflixing?
All right, so I've been watching Madam Secretary with Tia Leone and Tim Daly, who's like my, grown-up crush. Yeah, so any yeah, I'm gonna watch. So anyway, so that's sort of how the day starts. Then I'm probably, right back at my desk after that and working until around noon. And then Don and I stop and have lunch together and then back at it. And then my favorite part of the day for my whole quarantine experience is that instead of all that commuting that I do every day when I'm in the office, my commute time has become happy hour. And we've had gorgeous weather in the last several weeks that I'm finding myself spending a lot of time on the patio in the late afternoon, just enjoying the afternoon and a glass of wine. So
that's fantastic.
Kind of been what it looks like here for us.
Discovering all kinds of new sides to ourselves in this weird situation.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So you guys you probably already heard this, but for the rest of our listening audience, so you want to know my quarantine hack?
All right, yeah.
So you guys all know that anybody that works with me for any length of time knows that you don't mess with Susan and hair appointments.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
That's all thrown out the window. I make hair appointments like way in advance. They're every 4 weeks without fail. And so it's been a long time now since I've seen my my hair person. Her name is Barbara. Anyway, I have not cut my bangs. I've not obviously colored my hair, but my hat, because my bangs are just making me absolutely crazy, was I finally one day looked around on the desk and I'm like, what do I have here that can get rid of this hair in my face? And I found this really big paper clip. And so that is what I've been pulling my bangs, but put that paper clip in and good stuff. So that's my quarantine hack. So I'd like to challenge whoever you are going to interview of staff in the next, few weeks to come up with what their quarantine hack is. That's mine.
That is a great idea. Yeah. No, I love it. That's fantastic.
I love it. So Susan, when will you?
I'm a little too old for Brett. I didn't have any laying around. So the paper clip is what it became. So Don actually looked at it. I came downstairs with it one morning at lunchtime, and he said, you could tie a bow on that. That's really pushing it.
Susan,
that's the other thing is that spouses, you're like, I feel like the line of what you're not supposed to say is getting a little bit gray. It's like, you have to remind yourself. Yeah, no, that was a bad comment. You shouldn't have said that. All right. Well, we appreciate you being kind of our first guinea pig with this experiment. We don't want to take up a ton of your time, but wanted to give you an opportunity to share any updates we have with High Hope, anything that you think that our community needs to know, and then share any thoughts you have about how folks that are able to support us in these times, how they can do so.
All right. Okay. Well, I want you all to know that our team at High Hope has not missed a beat. We have been super busy trying to make sure that we are keeping our residential program operating, which is so important. And so far, nobody is sick, which is still great. We're thrilled about that. So I just want to have a huge shout out to our residential team who've been supported by a lot of our day program team who've been working in the homes. You guys are doing an awesome job, and that is an important update from High Hope. The other thing that we've been really working on, especially in the last week or two, is beginning to really think about what our day program is going to look like when it reopens, because we think it's probably going to look kind of different. And so we've got some teams that are working on everything from developing new cleaning and disinfecting kind of protocols to looking at the individuals we're supporting and their health and safety needs and how this virus has impacted or could impact that, and how we need to change what we do every day in the center to make sure that people can maintain their health when they come back. We're looking at what needs to happen relative to transportation and how we keep people safe when they're on a vehicle with a bunch of other people. And then we're also looking at actual program spaces. How are we going to recreate our spaces to encourage social distancing? And how are we, Jess, you're particularly interested in this, I think, is how do we continue to use people who volunteer their time and come into the center? And what does that look like going forward? And so we're, really spending a lot of time trying to reinvent what we've been doing so that we can do that safely for the people that we support. That's been really a big part of what we're going to be doing between now and when we reopen. And Nick, you sort of suggested that I might have an announcement about reopening. I know we've got at least one date posted on our website in May. As you all know, the governor extended the shelter-in-place order for people who are elderly and who have compromised health conditions. Well, that second category really applies to everybody that we support. And so that extension goes through June 12th. So while we haven't announced it officially in writing, it's likely you'll be hearing something from us this week about pushing our opening up at least past that new date, because we certainly want to be in compliance with what the governor's asked us to do. And most importantly, we want people to stay. So,
Yeah.
So,
and so if folks want to support High Hope, they're able to support I Hope at these times, what can they do?
So a couple things, 2 or 3 things come to mind. One, we posted a few weeks ago now, I think, a list of supplies that would be awesome. Some of you have stepped up and given us some supplies, but we'd love for you to consider continuing to make those kind of donations. Soap and bleach and wipes, toilet paper, paper towels, tissues, gloves, all of those kind of things that we're going through a lot of in our group homes. Those kind of donations will continue to be really happily accepted. For those of you that are interested in doing something a little different, we are really trying to keep up the spirits of those people who are working in our group homes. And if you want to do something nice for them, bring a treat, bring a meal, send a meal, call and order it and send it to one of our homes for the staff and the individuals that live there. That would be a great way for you to encourage them in this really difficult time for them. And the other thing, of course, we're retooling at High Hope. We're trying to figure out how to do this a little differently, and that's going to come with some additional expenses. And so I would encourage you, if you're in the habit of making a gift to us, please continue to do that. We need those gifts to continue to come to support what we're trying to do here. So
absolutely.
There you go.
All that can be done on the website, of course. You can send us a message, you can email us, and you can make a donation there. So easy peasy. Yeah.
And also with graduations and everything coming up, if you need to get a graduation gift from Kendra Scott, you could do so this Thursday and Friday, and they'll give us 20%.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Susan. Well, we appreciate your time. We don't want to take up too much more, but we thought, if we're going to kick off a morning show, we're going to have you be our first guest.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I feel so honored.
We are happy to have you, and we will, of course, see you soon.
All right. Thank you.
See you soon. Bye, Susan. I love her.
Yeah, she's the best. She's
I know.
The easiest CEO I've ever worked for, ever.
I know.
All right. Well, folks who are paying attention to this, all 3 of you.
Wow.
We appreciate you sticking with us through this. And so I just want to make a couple of other quick announcements. Pay attention to our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Twitter accounts, because those are active and we are posting stuff on there. If you are interested in being one of our guests, like Susan just was, please send us an email. You can respond to the email that you'll be getting this message through. Or you can send a message on our website. Love to have folks on and just get to know what's happening in your lives. For the individuals and families that we support, if you feel so inclined and want to snap a photo and send it our way with sort of some context, we'd love to share that. We've had some opportunities to see our folks interacting with each other. And it really warms the heart. I mean, I didn't realize how there's a concept of missing someone, and then there's the realization. And the other day when I saw a bunch of our folks' faces on Zoom, it's like, oh my God, I miss these people so much. So send us your pictures, send us your stories. We'd love to share them. And I think that's all I have. Jess, anything else from you?
No, I think that's it. Oh, one little thing. There's a rumor that Taylor Swift is going to drop some kind of music video or new music this Friday. So we'll see in our next morning show. She actually did.
Let's hope.
I know. Just a little fun fact there.
All right, folks. Well, hopefully next week we will have another video for you. And we appreciate you sticking with us. We appreciate you being a part of our community. It's an honor and a privilege. So without further ado, y'all take care, and we'll see you soon.